Hi guys. Just as last week, I'm speaking to the MDs of Intralinks China, Japan, and Korea offices. We're looking to find out more about the COVID-19 situation and what it means for the region, as well as for companies looking to do business in the territory. Um, Alex, what's the situation? What's the latest in China?
Sure. So in China to date, we've had just over 84,000 cases. The good news this week is we've had a big reduction in new cases. So we're down to single digits of new cases per day. Yesterday, we had 6 across the whole country. And the number of live cases is down 40% from last week as well, to just over 1,000 nationwide. We've seen 2 major changes over the past week. First one's been the schools have started reopening, which is obviously very good news for people that are stuck at home at the moment. And of course for the workforce too, because we'll see people coming back that've still been working at home for the last couple of weeks. And then secondly, we've seen a lot of government initiatives as well to stimulate domestic consumption. We've got a holiday coming up, so with businesses back up and running, people are actually still feeling quite wary. So the government's very keen to kickstart people spending again.
Good. Thanks very much, Alex. How's Japan, Will? How's Tokyo?
Tokyo's good. So Japan's cases are up to 13,400. But the good thing is that we've seen a drop from last week of daily new cases from 400 to 500 a day down to 150 to 200 a day, which is really promising. So we hope that trend continues. What else is new? The government is really pushing to keep this trend this way by instituting this stay home campaign when you're not out shopping or eating, because they still let people go out and shop and eat, which is good. And then we've got Golden Week starting tomorrow. So basically Japan's going to be on holiday like it is every year, except instead of heading off to Okinawa, people will be at home watching Netflix. And that should drive down the curve even further.
That sounds positive. Thanks, Will. John, how's Seoul?
Seoul is doing very well. So Korea, in total, just over 10,000 cases. But over the last 10 days, I think every day there's been fewer than 15 cases detected. A lot of those are at Incheon Airport, people coming in. Right. So things feel like they're getting very much back to normal. The government has taken a lot of encouragement here because about 10 days ago, they relaxed their social distancing directive. And still we haven't seen a spike. So, you know, people are very optimistic. There are, in Korea as well, there are some holidays coming up. And the government is very keen for people to, you know, while maintaining some social distance, to get out and spend some money and boost domestic consumption in the country.
Good stuff. Thanks very much, John. All right, and now what does this mean for companies looking to do business in each of the territories? Alex, what trends are you seeing in Shanghai and in Greater China?
Well, so with businesses back up and running now and the government initiatives that I mentioned before to prop up spending, it's pretty likely that we'll see a trickle-down effect, I think, to technology suppliers. Right. So anyone supplying into the consumer goods, either directly or indirectly, we'll probably see an uptake over the next couple of weeks. For example, car sales were down in February. And the Shanghai government's just announced the subsidies for purchasing new cars and trading in your old one, particularly for EVs. So as a result, a lot of car OEMs now are a lot more willing to take meetings. We've actually got a couple of automotive software clients and battery material clients who are very happy with this news because it means we can get in front of people a lot more easily than we could before. So I think we'll see a big trickle-down effect in general.
Great, thanks. Over to you in Japan, Will. You mentioned AdTech was doing pretty well last week. What other trends are you seeing?
So interestingly, we've got a couple of projects now where we're doing investment roadshows for clients. So we're actually going out and setting up meetings, and these will probably be, they could be virtual, they could be actual meetings, we don't know. But the client can't come out at the moment, but we can go out and set everything up. So we've seen 2 of those kick off, which is good. And last week I mentioned a project which was a virtual visit. That's now converting into a full project, which is great. And we're seeing the general trend that companies are now taking face-to-face meetings. So the week after Golden Week, a lot of our guys are getting meetings that are face-to-face, which is good because it seems to indicate that people are looking at post-Golden Week as the point at which we start moving towards normal.
Fantastic. Thanks, Will. And last but not least, John, what about Korea?
So in Korea, we are seeing the government is also putting a lot of, they won an election here last week. That's freed their hands to release a lot of money. I think both public money and also private money is going into a lot of R&D. We have a client here in the R&D material space. We've got a huge amount of incoming inquiries for that. So I think there's a lot of the corporates in Korea are putting a lot of resource into new initiatives. And also just one thing I think probably interesting to mention is next month, the mice industry has taken a big hit, meetings and exhibitions and trade shows taken a big hit generally, but next week or next month, the Bio Korea is moving online. So they'll have a virtual exhibition where you can tour all of the different exhibitors' stands and talk to people and meet people. So, some real versatility in how they're dealing with it here.
Great. Thanks, John. So there you have it. Seems like, some good and positive news out of Asia. Hopefully these trends continue, guys. And what can I say? Thanks very much. And I'll speak to you next week. Thanks very much, guys. Bye.
All right.
Feel free to reach out if you would like us to cover any particular topics, or if you have any questions about China, Japan, or Korea.